28 years ago, I left St. Lucia to study in Canada. I got married and moved to the US, but I never forgot my roots. So when I decided to invest in the offshore business, it was only natural to have it done in my hometown. To have a successful business, I needed a bank. Who else? My first employer, Bank of St. Lucia. BOSL has been an incredible partner, supporting my vision of expansion and diversification in every step of the way. The Elite Builders Capital product has been a game changer for entrepreneurs like me. It helps us achieve the success we've always dreamed of.
My name is Andrew Sherobin. I came from the community of Manipur. Yes, my role in the after football program is a football coach. I've been doing football for a very long time. I'm part of the Manipur football executive. I sometimes do first aid, but the after school program is a wonderful thing, and especially for the kids, right? And I've been doing kids for like almost 20 years. And it's not a difficult thing to do. And if you have patience, you cannot take care of kids. And the best part about it, when the kids come around us, they enjoy what they're doing. And then most of them, they don't want to leave. We have some challenges, but we try our best to come over it. All right? And another thing we need to see more parents get involved. It's not about just leaving the kids on the footage as, although we are parents also, but our responsibility is to leave them on our account. But we need to see them coming around and understand, come and be part of what's going on. But I must say, with the programs are wonderful program. And as I say, the kids are enjoying it. And I must say thanks to National Lottery Authority for coming on board to help us. All right, and I hope they'll be there forever because the kids need it. All right.
My name is Movin Wells. I'm from the community of Wale. I'm a former national cricketer, winning Island player. Well, we have been not at a school program for a year and 8 months. I haven't a bit of fun with them because a lot of them watch stuff on TV that they want to try, so I just had to try to correct them in a kind of way at a tender age and try to show them the right way. So it's good. I want to praise the parents as well for the students because as we coaches of Monaco, like we are one of like kind of role models. We've been playing sports in Monaco, so if anything that we come up to be in any program like coaching and stuff, that they will send their kids, and I think it's very good. I've been telling them considering their school first, and then after we'll carry on from there. But they're a bit happy.
Castries dipped in the red and black, and of course, Mabouya Valley in the all black heat with a touch of green. The match referee is Castries Stanislas, AR number 1, Linda Evans, AR number 2, White Thomas, co-official is Calvin Francis, match commissioner is Marius Charles, the coordinator and responsible, Sherian William is the media officer, security officer is Mac Lee, and the match doctor is Mandy Sherry. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the game. Don't forget, our second game is between Beaufort South and Soufrière.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are around the globe. We're at the Philip Masley grounds this Sunday evening for action in the Semi-Pro Football League. This time around, in the first game of the evening, it's South Castries, the newcomers to the Premier Division, winning second division last season. They come up against the league leaders, top of the table, Mabouya Valley. Elijah Williams in your company, alongside the critic, Tennis in Glasgow.
Pleasant, good evening, good afternoon, like Eli mentioned, whatever part of the world you are. Always glad to have you in our company. I think we're in for a good one this afternoon, Eli. And of course, viewers, newcomers into the league, South Castries, not having the best of stats. But what I like about them, they seem to be a very good, spirited team. And despite their position in the table, they're going to be, making something out of this game. Keep in mind as well, Mabouya Valley, table toppers, they always seem to find a way. Let's see if they can do so this afternoon, or can we have another shocker like we saw yesterday?
Well, if they are to do so, they'll probably be doing so. Well, not probably, they'll have to do so without their talisman and captain, Elias Henville. He's unavailable for this fixture, and one of their standout players for the season, Tej Pascal at right back, is also unavailable. Let me just quickly go through the team lineups for you. Starting off with South Castries in goal, the very outstanding 17-year-old Bernard Antoine, Chad Alfred, Nye Henry, Michael James, and Derek Plummer make up the back four. In midfield, Carlos Bondesi, Kennedy Willie, and Kalen Harry make up the trio. And Rashad Eugene, ever present, is down the middle, and he's flanked by Kevon Joseph and Klein Morris. And for the Mabouya Valley team, Daisy Joseph retains his place in goal. Nick Henville, Travon Louisi, Govan Soban Xavier, Zach Sandiford, they make up the back four. Kanye Sandiford has dropped into midfield from his striking above the last couple of games. He's flanked by his brother, Brandon Sandiford, and Claudio Joseph. They make up the midfield three. Robert Lawrence goes down the center, and he's flanked by Alton Joseph and Maya Stanislas.
Seems to be cat and mouse so far, Eli, between the two. Again, I always praise South Castries for their team spirit. Throwing right now for Alfred, the left back for South Castries. A loose pass there. Mabouya Valley take control of midfield and would want to spread. Good pass through the lines. Opportunity created. Outstanding keeping there, like Eli mentioned. Goalkeeper strong and brave and making himself big. That's what you want to build your confidence from early.
Happening there in the box there. Don't understand what's happening there. There's definitely a clash. Kanye Sandiford, just spoke of him, dropping into midfield, playing that telling pass through to Maya Stanislas. Maya Stanislas scored the first hat-trick in the Semi-Pro Football League this season in a 5-0 drubbing of Choiseul. They're also the highest scoring team in the league. They've scored 8 goals thus far from their 2 matches.
Yeah, it seems to be two players awkwardly clashing midway in the box area. Influential defender and team leader down for now for South Castries, Eli, as the Dreadlocks. Know him to be a very strong guy.
Looks like Nye Henry.
Yeah. Seems to be getting some extended attention from the physio. And we see our match commissioner in his Independence colors. But the Philip Masley grounds, of course, Eli, we're making our way back here from yesterday. Breezy, not too hot. Lights are already on. Good surface. I think it's a facility which spells and inspires young persons to play football on the grass. Henry.
Okay, the game restarted. Bernard Antoine in possession for South Castries. Didn't get that one just correct, but didn't hurt him. Of course, the Sandiford's in the middle of the park for Mabouya Valley, both national players.
The number 10 for South Castries is always a spirited player, full of energy, full of tempo. Remember, he scored a nice goal. However, not able to get his team across the line, but he's one to look out for.
Yeah, Rashad Eugene.
Yeah, he's one to look out for, most definitely in attack for South Castries. I like his bounce. You see, like, he's always on the pounce. Anything loose, he wants to get at it.
Of course, South Castries is a very young team featuring the likes of Callis Mondesi. He's only 17 years old. Bernard Antoine, who I mentioned earlier on, in goal, also 17 years old.
Now Henry might be the oldest on that team.
He may just be.
Yeah,
in fact, he may just be, in fact.
You also have Chad, who's very young as well. So it's a very young outfit for South Castries.
Klein Morris, also for South Castries, just 16 years old. Plays his football with Lancers FC. Kevon Joseph as well, another one, 17 years old. Plays for Black Panthers. A very young squad, Critic.
Yeah. Meantime, we see Mabouya Valley just, keeping possession of the football, trying to draw spaces or trying to create channels to get an opening. Very patient with the football. And you would have heard instructions very vocal from Henry at the back, trying to ensure that South Castries keep their shape very, very early in the contest. We haven't seen that press from them just yet, Eli. Just sort of like a medium press, but very compact at the back. Here we see possession still for Mabouya Valley.
Rashad easily shrugged off the ball there. Of course, Mabouya Valley sits atop the table on 6 points with a goal difference of +6. South Castries firmly rooted to the bottom of the table, losing both of their first 2 encounters, conceding 5 and scoring that lone goal from Rashad Eugene, as you just earlier indicated.
Mabouya trying to come up the flank. We see Servants in possession. And Servants has been very consistent in terms of how he has played and how he has marshaled the troops at the back for Mabouya Valley. There's an opportunity.
There's again.
Keeper making himself big again. On 2 occasions, saving South Castries. And incidentally, Eli, that ball coming through the same area a while ago, just towards the right side of the defense of South Castries, something they definitely have to work on.
Well, an observation from myself, Myers Stanislas, normally very clinical in front of goal, coming off of that left flank. A while ago he was in, scooped by Bernard Antoine. This time it looked like he was trying to pass it off instead of trying to finish it off.
Yeah, I think he has a situation where sometimes, Eli, you have so much time when you could on goal. So your thoughts are sort of mixed in terms of what you should do. And I think on both occasions, he should have struck from early.
That was a nasty collision there. Not too sure if it was a clash of heads or if it was, but definitely Myers Stanislas put his head in there.
I think it's a situation, Eli, where the goalkeeper and the attacker should have basically, look at this one. It's a 50 probably like a 55-45. But the goalkeeper showed a lot of bravery to get in there. But there are some situations on the pitch, Eli, that you leave alone. So, for example, the attacker, if I was in the attacker's position, I would have left it alone.
Well, he got to the ball first.
Fair enough.
We saw from
Fair
the,
enough.
from
But
the replay.
look at the pace onto which the goalkeeper came. The goalkeeper was already in momentum. Now, to bar injury or to not get injured, sometimes you have to play very smart and leave that alone.
I would argue that there's a shout for a penalty right there, critic. The attacker would have gotten to the ball. Yeah. Goalkeeper would not have touched the ball, but collided with. Let's take a look at the replay once again.
If you look at it, if you look at it on screen, Eli, you'll see. Look at the momentum the goalkeeper comes in with, despite the attacker getting to the ball first. But look at the momentum he comes in with. So the ball comes across, boom, he accelerates.
That's a penalty kick.
I'll tell you what.
That's a penalty kick if you ask me. The attacker gets to the ball, the goalkeeper clatters into him. I mean, we don't have the luxury of VAR,
but 13 minutes or 12 minutes onto the contest, I wouldn't put myself through this. I have about almost 78 of minutes to play in football. I would want to let it ride and see how best I could progress. Because that in itself, it's not like it's the 89th minute or the 90th minute where you're desperate for a goal. You are the league leader. You have a lot of football to play. And you could have ride off that challenge. You have to be smart when you play in football. Very, very smart. One of those two might not come out as well as we think.
Well, both of them are very brave, I can tell you that. They are not, they are both players who don't shy away from sticking their foot in or their head, as we may have seen Bernard Antoine on several occasions. We've seen last season he would have found himself in scenarios where he's on the ground after a challenge, and he's up now. At least he's up. Maya Stanislas still being attended to. Hopefully everything goes well there.
I think you don't ever want to see players get injured, but we do know football is a contact sport. But despite that, sometimes you have to use the upstairs and fend yourself off from injury. Of course, time will be added for injury, but it seems to be getting a lot of attention from the physio from the Mabouya Valley camp. Let's hope both individuals are okay, both players are all right. Goalkeeper already made a recovery. Yeah. I see a lot of if it's tape or something has been applied to the area of concern.
Yeah, I think he's bleeding. I think he's probably opened up a cut there.
Wow.
Any good boxer has a good cut man in the corner?
Well, there's boxing in the north of the island. I don't think we have anything we have in the south, not even boxing plants. So eliminate the word boxing. But to play with such a big gash on the left side, let's see if he can. He seems to be very upset at himself because he must have thinking now that why did I go into this challenge?
He might also be thinking, why did the referee not call a penalty?
That too. But the referee might want to.
To be fair to the officials, that was not something that you could have seen with the naked eye. I didn't see that. We have the luxury of a replay. I did not see it. I did not even think it was a penalty in real time. It's just from looking at the replay based on the letter of the law. As we take a look at it one more time.
That's a very nasty collision.
Yes,
it's a penalty for sure.
Yeah.
Because if that foul took place anywhere outside in the area, it would have been a foul.
Correct.
So clearly it's a situation where I think The referee who was closer than the AR1 or AR2 just missed this opportunity. But we play on. Like I say, it's a contact sport, and young men have to be strong.
But you realize we have to watch it in super slow-mo.
Correct, to really pick it out.
So to pick it out.
Yeah, let's hope that he's okay. But the game continues. South Castries, of course, need those 3 points. Vital 3 points to move their way up the table. Meanwhile, the league leaders, Mabouya Valley, will want to continue in their ways.
Whilst we've been speaking, Bernard Antoine has been substituted. And Jay Satney in his stead.
So both players may have really got in, really felt the impact of the injury. I think yesterday we mentioned, you mentioned a word yesterday that we use in local parlance, 2D. But now it's concussion, so concussion protocols have to be taken. So I think South Castries have gone down that route because there are several more fixtures and they're going to need him throughout the season. Meantime, we see possession on the left side for Mabouya Valley.
Lost to South Castries, regained by Mabouya Valley. Foul there.
Should be a free kick now for South Castries. Henry making his way forward, the dreadlocks. Keep in mind as well the wind direction, something to take factor in when you play at the Philip Master Grounds. It's very difficult, Eli, to get that ball with velocity and whip at that end of the playing ground from this particular side. Let's see how the kicker can fare.
I'm just saying, if you viewers at home have any misunderstanding about what critic is talking about, you just look at the feather banners.
That's right, you'll see the direction.
You will see
how strong it is.
The wind is blustering right down in the Philip Master Grounds.
Still 0-0 between the two.
Good ball played in like Brandon Sandiford wanting a little too much time.
But you can see the intention of Mabouya Valley trying to use the flank.
Three Sandifords on the field right now for Mabouya Valley. The stand-in for Tej Pascal is Zach Sandiford.
Two in midfield and the other in defense.
Correct.
So the Sandifords are the bedrock for this Mabouya Valley team. Saying good afternoon to my good friend Leighton Sandiford, better known as Rato. He also from Mabouya Valley. Played for St. Lucia as well. Former teammate of mine. We see Serban trying to come through. Good interception there by South Castries. Counter-attacking. Still in possession. Cross ball in the area. You see the intention of the youngster. However, not able to.
Slightly dangerous scenario for Mabouya because Serban would have left his central defensive position and tried to carry that ball and lost it. So he was definitely out of position there. An opportunity there for South Castries to capitalize on that, but they were not able to. Chad Alfred with the throw-in.
Should we say Chad or should we just say Julian Alfred's brother? I think today is what, 1 year since he won there's an anniversary going on. Was it what? There was something going on for an anniversary with Julian Alfred.
I'm not too sure.
Yeah, I'll check it out. But there is something going on with an anniversary. But I prefer to say Julian Alfred's brother. What do you think?
I'll call him Chad. I think he wants to be his own person.
All right. Yeah. Number 18 for South Castries, charged with the responsibility of putting that free kick again. Win factor.
Good ball served in there.
One thing I always praise the South Castries team for, they keep on trying. That's going to be very difficult. Very, very difficult to take a shot from all the way out there, especially kick into that end. It continues. Eli, you think any thoughts on Mabouya Valley so early being the league leaders? Any pressure on them?
I think they have the luxury of playing without pressure. Nobody has mentioned Mabouya Valley to be the favorites in this competition by any stretch of the imagination, as we see Kushan Alexander substituted in for Maya Stanislas. So both of those players involved in that collision earlier have both been removed from the game, as you may have mentioned earlier, concussion protocol. But I don't think anybody has tipped. The bookmakers have not tipped Mabouya Valley as favorites, so I think they'll just be relishing this moment. They're not expected to go on a lengthy winning streak and stay at the top of the table.
But it's a good position to be in.
It's a good position to be in, definitely. You want to be away from the last two spots in the table, and if you can start off with 6 points from 6 and a plus 6 in the goal difference, that means you're off to a good start.
Yeah, most definitely. I think what the camp for the Mabouya team now will probably look at the fixtures ahead and see how best they can start to map out objectives which is needed, so they could keep within touch of the top of the table. Meantime, it's another scenario for South Castries where they too have a lot of work to do, newcomers to the first division, and they will realize that it's very, very tough. As much as they've been within contests, within games, but they have not been able to go over the line.
Yeah, and just thinking to myself, I made mention, and we see South Castries getting on there. Probably needed a touch before the shot, critic, you think?
Again, to a little lack of experience, he had probably another touch where you could have carried a little more into the box area and get a better shot off, you know? But he was a little hasty, seeing the opportunity and just basically slashed at it.
A crunching tackle there. You know, I was just saying just a minute ago before we saw that attack there, Mabouya's already, in my opinion, without two of the better players in terms of Tej Pascal and Elias Henville, and they've just lost Maya Stanislas as well, who would be the leading goal scorer so far in the season. Think there's any need for concern?
Yeah, it depends on what's the situation. Either players are injured and unavailable. It's summertime, some players have family overseas and they want to travel. A lot of instances that could cause players to miss matches, but I think it's a situation where the fringe players or substitutes can get an opportunity to prove themselves to the coaches. All well and good that you have your starting 11, but if you have players on the bench or on the fringe who can have an impact, certainly it will augur well for the future of the team.
Yeah, definitely. That's why teams in the Semi-Pro Football League are allowed to register 30 players.
A big roster.
It's a huge roster. Almost 3 full squads. Recall last season when Biz FC was participating in the Caribbean or the CFU Club Shield. South Castries literally played with their second string team. I think against eventual winners, V4 South, and beat them.
Yeah.
So you have to show the squad depth and
Quality.
quality.
Yeah. All well and good. You might have the depth, but you need the quality as well. What you want to maintain, Eli, is the same impact of the player who come off, which is very hard to do. It's very, very rare that you have a squad that is complete. I think, so kudos to the local teams in the semi-pro who have that quality.
Of course, yesterday we saw what many would consider an upset, with Choiseul getting the better of Grosley 2-1. And we see Murad Antoine also was cut on that. Looks like his chin made contact with the temple area of Maya Stanislas. Hopefully both of them will be fine.
But he's a very brave young man, and I think he has time on himself, so that injury could heal. But I think what he probably can do as well is to have a look at the replay, both of them that is, and realize that the danger that they put themselves in so early in the encounter. And again, in football, you live and you learn. They're young, 16, 17. So as time goes by, they will realize that, there are some challenges that you just basically have to leave alone.
Yeah, I don't think Bernard Antoine wants anybody to ask him to chin up right now.
I think what would do him a world of good is that is the result. If his team can get a good result, at least he can take it. He can go home with something.
Yeah.
And look forward to something. So it's up now to the players to be inspired, knowing fully well that their first string keeper is down, so they can raise the tempo, raise the level to win, to get 3 points.
So far, it's been an interesting encounter. I wouldn't say that any one particular team has had a foothold in the game just yet. A couple of half chances for both teams, not making the most of either of them. Maybe you may argue that with Maya Stanislas, Mabouya has had the better of the opportunities. But so far, it's been a pretty even contest, if you ask me.
Yeah. Not a bad try at all. Basically spinning on a dime and trying to outdo the goalkeeper. Not a bad attempt at all by Mabouya Valley. And you mentioned yesterday, Eli, that the games were played with such nice tempo, not overzealous tackling. Sort of like a good measure of what you want to see on the resumption. I think earlier in the rounds of the competition, we had some games that were very feisty. Nothing wrong with that, but this time around, we realized that the players are more methodical in their approach. I don't know, probably they haven't got the momentum as yet, but I think I was pleased with what I saw yesterday.
Well, what I would add to what you're saying is that there was no less aggression, but there was more control, if you want to say that. We were not seeing those sorts of tackles that are just all over the place. It was a scenario where guys were coming in with aggression, but controlled aggression. So as a result, I think in the two games yesterday, we saw one booking. And it was not even for a tackle, it was for a pullback.
For a pullback, yes. Yeah. Yes. As we say so, I want to say a special good night to my good friend Mervyn Cocobellas, who supports V4 South religiously. Well, normally he has his green.
Well, he's here and he's ready.
Not ready, green. He's greeny. Because normally before don't play in green, before don't play in red, they play in green. But it's really nice out here, and of course we want to urge persons who are in the area of the Philip Master grounds. Of course, if you're watching the live stream, you could always take a drive to the facility, come and enjoy some live action. As much as we know the games are available on live stream, but I always believe that the live factor of football is a different kettle of fish altogether. As a matter of fact, I was walking through town last week, and a young lady said to me that, yeah, I often watch your games, but I want to be there live. Let me hear what the crowd is saying. And I can tell you, the good thing the mics are what they are now, because there are some interesting words you hear in the background and interesting phrases that the fans bring out. It really changes the atmosphere of the games, Eli.
I would say very familiar too.
Yeah.
Sabans on the ball, plays it back. Brandon Sandiford dropping deep into the midfield. Ball played in all along the ground. Cut out by Nye Henry. South Castries in possession.
And you've realized as well, South Castries, they try to get the ball foul as quickly as possible. As much as you want, you have your lateral passing, Eli, but I think it's something that they employed in their game. Not what I saw last season, but this season, knowing fully well that they're in the first division, they try to get that ball upfield as quick as possible.
Absolutely nothing wrong with that, just differences in style of play. Mabouya happens to be one of those teams that will mix it up a little bit. Sometimes they will possess the ball, sometimes they'll be very direct. I believe last season we saw a South Castries team that was more possession based. Maybe the pace and the level of the Premier League has caused them to rethink some of their strategy and play a little bit more direct.
They just have not been able to really carve open the defense of the Valley. And there's a youngster who plays for South Castries, number 18. He's a centre back.
That's Mikel James.
Mikel
James.
Mikel James, yeah. Well,
maybe it's Michael. I don't know. Depends on the pronunciation.
Yeah, he approached me before the game and he was pointing out to me that his dad reached out to him and said that he played with me, and I was wondering. I think his dad goes by the nickname of Englishman. So I want to say good evening to Englishman. Of course, I know you will be watching, or you are watching rather. So, buddy, your son doing some good things and playing similar position as you as well. So, big respect to that as well. So, yeah.
Just seen Nye Henry there stopping that attack from South Castries.
Yeah, some attention needed.
I think he got trod on.
It's just he'll be all right. He'll be all right. You see the little rolling around, Eli? That's just to feel the pain. He'll be all right. You see the thing about it, Eli? You mentioned those shin guards. They're very small.
The shin pads.
Well, pads, yeah. Well, shin pads, shin guards, yeah. They're very small.
They're not guarding anything.
They're not guarding anything.
No.
And the boots now is less protective. So any little sting you get, you will go down. So then now you'll see the physio come on. There's a little spray.
I think his Achilles is what got trod on, There you go.
Yeah.
His Achilles. Just going for the ball and the player reached for it. And
but you'll be all right. Those guys are young, Eli.
Yeah.
Those guys are 16, 17, 18. Those guys have no mileages yet. Those guys are not like my Kia or your BMW with a lot of mileage,
Your Kia.
My Kia.
That's
They'll be
young
all right.
Kevon Joseph, I think, as you mentioned. I think he's 16 or 17 years old.
Yeah, they'll be all right. Those guys have no mileage just yet, man. They'll be all right. You'll see him spring up in a while.
17 years old. Plays for Black Panthers.
Yeah, Black Panthers is out of Soufrière.
Soufrière,
Yeah.
correct. Yeah. Well, he hails from Canaries, actually.
Well, next door.
He just recently turned 17.
17. I remember
on
a
the
good
17th of June.
I remember a good friend of mine. Well, I will say, Old Bolok Jean, bravo, Vitalis Jove. Those guys used to have shin pads at the back and at the front, plus tipping the ankle. So when you believe you come with those little tackles there.
Yeah, there were those shin guards with the,
all around.
ankle guards attached to them, I think, as well. Yeah, yes.
All around.
Those actually hurt more when you wake up the next morning. Blood is flowing, so should be able to continue.
Still 0-0 between the two. Like we've mentioned earlier, no clear-cut opportunities just yet. There were some instances where Mabouya Valley were able to get through. They didn't take that shot early enough. Goalkeeper who got injured earlier was able to show face, make himself big, and deny Mabouya Valley. Right now they're on pitch with 10 players, trying to ride the storm. Chad just fending out his opponent, and we're approaching the 40-minute mark.
Game has just gotten just a little scrappy. Last 3-4 minutes been a little choppy, not the fluid passing and we've been seeing early on in the contest. Of course, there's about 7 minutes left in regulation time, and then whatever it is the official decides to tag on.
Good show of skill in midfield. Outside, number 19 for Mabouya Valley seems to be living in this area. That's probably about the third time he's been called offside. He needs to time those runs rather than just wander into space. Searching long pass. Ball kept into play. Ah, come on. Unable to get himself around that ball.
Of course, the official for tonight is Carson Stanislas. Man in the middle. Definitely seen some capacity building by the Semi-Pro Football League, by extension the SLFA, I should say the SLFA, and by extension the Semi-Pro Football League, as we have a new cadre of match officials. Particularly happy to see the female officials involved. Of course, sport is all about inclusivity.
Yeah.
We have seen some fantastic female officials in times past, and of course we want to get back to that point.
Another foul in the build-up there. You have your destroyer in midfield for Mabouya Valley. When your team is about to face the counter-attack, you put in what is called the professional fouls. So they are fouls, but not warranting a card, just stopping the momentum and fluidity of the game. Not bad at all in the area. Not bad at all. Remember, he's a centre-back trying to find his way in there. That is a corner now for South Castries. Yes, yeah. Centre-back going on a long run. But again, we often ask or want to see, rather, Eli, that when we have those corners, they are set plays, they are free kicks. So we want to see some innovation by our teams in the semi-pro, especially in the Premier League. Let's see what comes out of this one. Went for the first pole, however. Has another opportunity.
That actually wasn't a bad ball in, but looked like everybody was bunched over on the far post.
Right. So which means a signal was supposed to have been given for somebody to get on the first pole.
Attempted cross there, a little bit wasteful for Mabouya Valley.
And you remember last night when you mentioned that when they brought on the second string keeper, when the second string keeper played for Dennery, nobody was able to test him. And here we have a situation as well where South Castries not having the normal first string keeper, and that test hasn't come in as yet.
I think that was wasteful there by Mabouya Valley, getting in behind the defense of South Castries. The ball across the face of the goal should have been a lot better. There were two players in there, couldn't pick out any of them. But yes, to your point, Bernard Antoine, ever present for South Castries, is out of the goal, been replaced. So what you would want to happen right now is for Mabouya to try to get shots away at the goal.
There's an opportunity, good defense, good block by South Castries. Good patience shown by Mabouya Valley. Tries a long shot.
Kanye Sandiford out of midfield. He deputized as a forward. I've not known him. It's the first time I've seen him play as a striker for the national team. He applies his trade in midfield or in the fullback positions. So he's in a more familiar role. In midfield, Kanyes.
Okay.
Of course, a past student of the St. Lucia Sports Academy.
Carried that ball a little too much. Here we see Servants on a long raid. Looking to put this one across. There's one thing I can tell you about him. He's very emotional when he plays as Servants. I think the same energy he puts on the stage when he's... I think we've seen that being employed on the playing field as well.
Yeah. He needed to put in a better ball though.
Yeah, I think the ball was behind the striker. Needed to get a little more whip. But we must credit him on making this dash and run. And, But same energy, Eli. Same energy.
Thoroughly enjoyed my partner's rendition of Chinese wine there. How did it go? I'm just
What is that? Something that they say, I don't own the
rights to the
rights
music.
to the music. Yeah, you got it. But you get my drift, right?
Right now, you have no right to sing the music.
That's right. But Mabouya Valley, they continue to see if they could carve away. Keep on trying.
And a shot goes away there.
So you see the little fumbling already.
And it was a team shot.
All right, so you see the little fumbling already. Because when you really think of it, Eli, second string goalkeepers they seldom play. There are some second string goalkeepers that don't play for sometimes only for 2 years they haven't played. Practice, and not get to play a game.
Well, that's why the onus is on teams to organize out of season matches, or it could be in season friendly, so keep some of your fringe players sharp.
Yeah.
Intra squad matches as well could probably assist in that regard.
Yeah. Here's one thing again as well, too, as much as the size difference in midfield for South Castries versus Mabouya Valley, the midfielders for South Castries, they really trying despite the size difference. They're really trying.
Very tenacious.
Yeah, they're really trying.
As you just mentioned.
I think Henry has a point as well, because basically he just took away the legs of the player, and the official didn't even have a little word with him. But they continue. Remember, we have a lot of added stoppage time because of injury times due to the clash between the attacker and the goalkeeper in the first half.
It's not going to outpace Alfred.
I can tell you that, boy. Young Alfred might be the fastest left back in the league. Yeah. Long throw. Henry intercepting this one.
A good friend of mine gave me this DHL pen. Writes really nicely, but it doesn't make a good paperweight.
No. Because you see, weight is one of the factors that DHL uses. The heavier the package, the more we charge you. So we're not going to make the pens heavy. That's too much weight.
Didn't mention any names, but since you've accepted responsibility by saying we, then so be it.
Yeah. Well, interesting contest, intriguing. Table toppers up against newcomers. Newcomers making it very difficult for Mabouya Valley. Mabouya Valley not having their way. But I think they do have enough resilience between that squad to keep it interesting. Who knows?
First booking there to Kanye Sandiford.
Yeah. That game of football is so telling and funny that anything could happen at a given time. Not bad at all. Not bad. You could see the intention. And with that, we have the end of the first half. Both teams still trying their way and see how best they could jostle each other and get opportunities and create opportunities and score goals to a certain extent. But I would think South Castries would be quite comfortable based upon the scoreline in the first half.
All right.
Well, at the first half whistle, it's nil ball here between Mabouya Valley and Castries. The intention of our sponsors for got a second game tonight. This is between Soufre and Fort South. There's some more music there.
My name is Movin Wells. I'm from the community of Wale. I'm a former national cricketer, Winner Island player. Well, we have been at the school program for a year and 8 months. I haven't a bit of fun with them because a lot of them watch stuff on TV that they want to try, so I just had to try to correct them in a kind of way at a tender age and try to show them the right way. So it's good. I want to praise the parents as well for the students, because as we coaches of Monaco, like we are one of like kind of role models. We've been playing sports in Monaco, so if anything that we come up to be in any program like coaching and stuff, that they will send their kids, and I think it's very good. I've been telling them during their school first, and then after we'll carry on from there. But they're a bit happy, and we're enjoying ourselves after school. Thank you, National Lucia Authority.
Years ago, I left St. Lucia to study in Canada. I got married and moved to the US, but I never forgot my roots. So when I decided to invest in the offshore business, it was only natural to have it done in my hometown. To have a successful business, I needed a bank. Who else? My first employer, Bank of St. Lucia. BOSL has been an incredible partner, supporting my vision of expansion and diversification in every step of the way. The Elite Builders Capital product has been a game changer for entrepreneurs like me. It helps us achieve the success we've always dreamed of.
My name is Lucia. I come from the community of Monaco. Yes. My role in the after food program is a football coach. I've been doing so for a very long time. I'm part of the Monaco football executive. I sometimes do first aid, but the after school program is a wonderful thing, and especially for the kids, right? And I've been doing kids for like almost 20 years. And it's not a difficult thing to do. And if you have patience, you cannot take care of kids. And the best part about it, when the kids come around us, they enjoy what you're doing. And then most of them they don't want to leave. We have some challenges, but we try our best to come over it. All right. Another thing we need to see more parents get involved. It's not about just leaving the kids on the footage as, although we are parents also, but our responsibility is to leave them on our account. But we need to see them coming around and understand, come and be part of what's going on. But I must say, with the programs I want to perform, and as I say, the kids are enjoying it. And I must say thanks to National Lottery Authority for coming on board to help us. All right, and I hope they'll be there forever because the kids need it. All right.
My name is Movin Wells. I'm from the community of Wale. I'm a former national cricketer, Winner Island player. Well, we have been at the street program for a year and 8 months. I haven't a bit of fun with them because a lot of them watch stuff on TV that they want to try, so I just had to try to correct them in a kind of way at a tender age and try to show them the right way. So it's good. I want to praise the parents as well for the students because as we coaches on Monaco, like we are one of like kind of role models. We've been playing sports in Monaco, so if anything that we come up to be in any program like coaching and stuff, that they will send their kids, and I think it's very good. I've been telling them who's doing their school first, and then after we'll carry on from there. But they're a bit happy, and we are enjoying ourselves after school. Thank you, National Lottery Authority.
I left St. Lucia to study in Canada. I got married and moved to the US, but I never forgot my roots. So when I decided to invest in the offshore business, it was only natural to have it done in my hometown. To have a successful business, I needed a bank. Who else? My first employer, Bank of St. Lucia. BOSL has been an incredible partner, supporting my vision of expansion and diversification in every step of the way. The Elite Builders Capital product has been a game changer for entrepreneurs like me. It helps us achieve the success we've always dreamed of.
My name is Lucia. I come from the community of Manipur. Yes, my role in the after-school program is football coach. I've been doing for a very long time. I'm part of the Manipur football executive. I sometimes do first aid, but the after-school program is a wonderful thing, and especially for the kids, right? And I've been doing kids for like almost 20 years, and it's not a difficult thing to do. And if you have patience, you cannot take care of kids. And the best part about it, when the kids come around us, they enjoy what you're doing. And then most of them they don't want to leave. We have some challenges, but we try our best to come over it. All right? And another thing we need to see more parents get involved. In other words, just leaving the kids on the footage as, although we are parents also, but our responsibility is to leave them on our account. But we need to see them coming around and understand, come and be part of what's going on. But I must say, with the program, it's a wonderful program. And as I say, the kids are enjoying it. And I must say, thanks to National Lottery Authority for coming on board to help us. All right, and I hope they'll be there forever because the kids need it. All right.
Feel the thunder of the pitch, the roar of the crowd, and witness the rising of our nation. St. Lucia, this is the Semi-Professional Football League Season 2. 2 epic tournaments, 143 electrifying matches, 10 venues, 1 island, 1 heartbeat. From June to December 2025, 20 district football leagues will face off. Every match is a battle, every goal is a statement, and every fan is part of the legacy. Who will rise to victory? Play your schedule and be part of history. Visit semiprofootballleague.com and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube for full match fixtures, live coverage, updates, and behind the scenes access. This is our season where passion lives and purpose leads.
This is a beautiful game and this is what we love.
St. Lucia Semi-Pro Football League.
Leveraging football to transform lives.
My name is Movin Wells. I'm from the community of Wale. I'm a former national cricketer, Winner Island player. Well, we have been at the school program for a year and 8 months. I haven't a bit of fun with them because a lot of them watch stuff on TV that they want to try, so I just had to try to correct them in the kind of way at a tender age and try to show them the right way. So it's good. I want to praise the parents as well for the students because as we coaches of Monaco, like we are one of like kind of role models. We've been playing sports in Monaco, so if anything that we come up to be in any program like coaching and stuff, that they will send their kids, and I think it's very good. I've been telling them considering their school first, and then after we'll carry on from there. But they're a bit happy, and we are enjoying ourselves after school. Thank you, National Lottery Authority.
In the heart of every community lies a dream waiting to come true as a journey begins. We dribble through life's hurdles, breaking down its barriers, looking beyond the horizon. Lessons are learned, friendships are forged, and strength is birthed from within.
Back with second half action at the Philip Marcelette grounds down here in V4. Lovely weather for football. A lovely match on our hands. Evenly poised at this point in time. Mabouya Valley with top of the table. Coming up against South Castries Football League, who are bottom of the table. You would think it would be one-way traffic, but it's not been. It's been pretty balanced. Elijah Williams and, of course, the critic, Teddyson Glasgow, in your company.
It just shows you, Eli, that the gap to a certain extent have lessened with teams in the Premier League. You have newcomers, South Castries, and of course table toppers, but we yet to see that big margin of difference. We'd expect the Mabouya Valley team to at least, have a measure of control or probably a measure of more possession, but the game is in the balance.
I don't know, is it something about the Philip Marcelette grounds? We saw an upset served up last evening. Wondering if there may be one in the making again for this first encounter of this evening's action.
You just never know, especially with teams in the Premier League of the semi-pro, St. Lucia semi-professional league. Also, Eli, to remember more venues are going to be used this year, and that needs to be taken into consideration as well. We saw the impeccable defensive record Dennery had last season because majority of the games were played at the Dennery facility.
Correct.
Now you see teams have to come out of their shell, travel and play in every nook and cranny in St. Lucia, bringing football to the communities. So it takes a little toll on them. Again, it's a resumption, but not making excuses. But I think the league has done very well in having football brought to every corner of St. Lucia, thereby engaging football fans, whether it be on the stream or in live.
What I very much like to see as well, Tennyson, is the Semi-Pro Football League is a family environment, not just for the spectators coming in. We see a lot of youngsters around here, but the entire staff, the entire semi-pro fraternity, the board members, everybody is on board. They're at all the games and they're enjoying it.
I see what you just did. The board members, everybody is on board.
Everybody's on board.
And certainly the games are not bored. The games have excitement in between. Of course, as anything else, you get a lull every now and then. That's football for you. But you could still see the teams are really trying their best. Massive improvement from last season. Players being more comfortable with the football. Players being able to possess the football. And that's what you want to see. You want to see improvements in every department of the game. So kudos to the teams in Division 1. Hoping that Division 2 as well can come up to par. Tier 2 that is, can come up to par with having some stiff competition between the teams.
Of course, just want to remind you that we still have one more game on the cards this evening.
The home team, V4 South, will be taking on Soufrière, that is.
That's correct.
And of course, persons have always been, not begging, but wanting to see football back in this part of the island. Here's an opportunity for persons who support V4 South or persons who, in the near environs, to have a chance to come into the Philip Marcelette grounds and witness a team who has a good record in terms of local football as a V4 South team. They won Division 2 last season, so they too would want to show amends that they are back on the men, back on in terms of improvement, and no better place to do it in front of their home fans.
Yeah, and some of V4 South's creative players will be returning. I'm reliably informed that we are going to see Noah Lucky Nicholas tonight. Saviola Elva as well is in the mix. With the usual suspects, Moses Henry, Obafambi Poyot. So looking to see how that one will turn out. Soufrière has been much improved from what I've seen from them last season. Maybe the results or the table, I should say, may not necessarily reflect their performances at this early stage. 1 win and 1 loss from their first 2 matches. But second match promises to be a good one as well. South Castries now in possession. Ball across to Alfred. He plays it back to Nai. South Castries now trying to possess the ball a little bit and build from the back. Eventually got it clear.
Yeah, a little overzealous in the tackling right there. Player already had control. All you had to basically do was just fend off. Eli, would you think that Mabouya Valley would have been stunned with the approach of South Castries? We see the South Castries team making it very difficult for them. We know despite Mabouya Valley missing some of their top players, we saw one player get injured, but would they be shell-shocked in terms of how South Castries approached the game?
Well, if they did their homework, they would realize that South Castries make it difficult for every opponent.
That's right.
Despite the fact that they would have lost their first encounter, I believe it was to Grozile, it was?
That's right, yeah.
The scoreline was not flattering to them. They were in that game for the vast majority of it. I would say the third goal is what probably put the nail in the coffin.
Yeah, deflated them a bit.
But South Castries has shown a lot of fight, a lot of vigor. Chauvin Benjamin, the coach, a young coach, just as a young team, as we see Rashad Eugene there losing out. But this is a team that, if they stick together and they continue to build, we should see them improve as the season goes on.
Sure. I think one of the words we can also use for South Castries is their desire. And we see many a times that they get behind the 8 ball, but they still continue to play. And interesting enough, to the skipper, Nai Henry, is very influential, not only in terms of his playing, but he tends to keep them galvanized as a team. A lot of instructions is being given out by him, and that is what they're guided by. And as we say so, Eli, we see the crowd slowly building in, because remember, V4 South, they're up next, they're at home. And I can see a lot of familiar faces have come in at the Philip Master grounds to support their team. Also, when you see they're wearing green, Eli, just be aware that they are V4 South spectators.
It's not envy. It's not envy. Let me just say to you guys watching via the live stream, of course, it's nice to get the football via the live stream. Of course, if you're in the diaspora, you might not be able to be here. But those of you who are at home, particularly when games are in your neck of the woods, we want to see you. We'd like you to come down to the games, purchase your tickets, not just because you want to support football and support the league, but there are lots of prizes that can be won, from appliances to, Brothers Cider, and the grand prize, an AKT motorcycle, is up for grabs. The more tickets you purchase, the better your chances of winning that AKT.
I want an AKT because traffic in Castries is horrendous. So if I win an AKT, I'll get to work in a jiffy.
AKT stands for all kind of traffic. So you're on point. As
we mentioned in the diaspora, I want to say good night to a good friend of mine over in Florida. That's Valence. I think his last name is Aurelia. Valence Aurelia and his wife. They often watch those games and they make it their duty to support. There is a situation.
Oh, a goal by South Castries!
There is a situation. Listen. I'll wait for the replay. Look at it. Header back into the area, and the attacker just
looks like young Kalis Mondesi there, the number 6 for South Castries.
But look at the build-up, Eli, and how that ball was fed back into the area. He just basically put it in the area, and Kalis was just able to just bounce on it. Not looking for a shot, just making contact enough to put off the goalkeeper. And South Castries, they lead now 1-0. Are we in upset like what we saw yesterday? Remember, it was remember I tell you, Julian Alfred's brother, I don't want to say Chad, Julian Alfred's brother, who was able to loop this one across to the back pole, and of course the attacker just putting it back into the channel, that little dangerous area, and he was just able to pounce on it. He didn't go for power, just make contact with the football and scoring the goal.
Well, young Carlos Mondesi, as we just mentioned earlier on, 17 years old, hails from Castries, plays his club football with Black Panthers. Nothing, he's not a stranger to winning. He would have won the national under 17 title with Black Panthers.
So he's a winner.
He's a winner.
Yeah. And we see good interception there by Henry. Goalkeeper collects cleanly.
And this should send the temperature of this fixture up just a little bit. Both teams seem to be very cagey, feeling one another out. But the shackles are off, critic.
Yeah, and that's what football does. Energy now on the positive side for South Castries. There's a situation, Eli. The flag is up. Flag is up. Offside being called there. That's what football does. When a goal scores, energy is transformed throughout the team which just scored that goal. So now it's for the response of the Mabouya team. Will they be deflated? Can they get some injection of energy themselves? As we speak, Eli, the wind has kicked up.
Well, I would assume being at the top of the table, coming out victorious in that East Coast derby against Dennery, Mabouya will be very poised for them to make a comeback. They had to come back from 2 goals down.
Yeah.
Well, 2 goals to 1 down against Dennery. 1-0 down and then 2-1 down and came back to win that fixture. There's still plenty of time left, over half hour still to play in regulation. So let's see how it'll shape up. Of course, there is the concern that Maya Stanislas, who's their leading scorer, is out. And a lot of creativity has come from the right back area in terms of Tej Pascal for Mabouya Valley. So in the absence of those 2 players, let's see if they will be able to make the requisite adjustments and get themselves back into this contest.
As we speak, Eli, you can see a medium press employed by South Castries, basically not giving the Mabouya team any chance on the football. All they want to do is ensure that the Mabouya team stay away from any situation of danger. But so far, so good for South Castries. There is a through ball, goalkeeper coming off his line, playing a keeper-sweeper role with effect. That game is going to get interesting.
Of course, we also did earlier in the broadcast indicate to you guys that the captain and talisman, Lias Henville, is unavailable for Mabouya as well. So there are more creative players, as a matter of fact, and not in the game. So maybe a lot of weight on the shoulders of persons like Brandon Sandiford in the midfield to try to stitch things together.
Yeah, everybody will have to come to the fray now. Fringe players, other players who have not shown up just yet, will have to try and see how they could rally and have their Mabouya Valley team back into the fold. Servants with a long raking pass to the right side, dealt with by the defense of South Castries. Now Henry taking his time with this one.
We for South players going out to a warm-up, and it is a familiar yet unfamiliar smell that I'm taking. Normally you would use that sometimes to get your muscles warm. Bengay. Well, it smells like that.
Oh, I was just about to say that. The
be.
brand is Bengay.
The brand, yeah.
But St. Lucia, we just take it a Bengay. But players have to do what they've got to do. Yeah, players have to do what they've got to do. Yeah. These are the smells of football, or the smells of sports, to be
correct.
To a certain extent.
Yes, correct. Surefire way to get your muscles warmed up.
That's a foul right there, and ball should be going up.
I can tell you the way it's breezy down here at the Philip Master grounds, if you are not moving around, you may need a sweater. So I can understand why these guys would utilize those sorts of...
I like the temperature though.
Oh, I love it. I love it, yeah.
That's right. Throw into Mabouya Valley, they keep possession.
That ball kicked more in hope than expectation.
Mm-hmm.
South Castries just look more confident on the ball right now.
Yeah, that's what the goal has done. The goal has injected confidence and big time, Eli.
Very curiously, though, we've not seen a lot of Karim Mondesi last season. He was a mainstay as the captain for South Castries. He's been on the bench a couple of times. Not sure if he's carrying a niggle. We've seen him used as an auxiliary striker in a couple of scenarios, but it'll be curious to find out what's happening with him.
I think what I've seen, Eli, is that the coach in basketball terms, I think Karim Mondesi has become sort of like the sixth man. I think anywhere a situation is needed, you might just see him being employed. Unlike last year, where he was sort of the rock of the team. But as teams evolve and teams change, and probably like you mentioned, probably injuries, but different tactics to a certain extent. But he's still there. He's in the squad. And of course, I'm sure that he can lend with his expertise as well. He seems to be not only a utility player, but one who can talk to the players and have them, play within themselves.
Well, I was just about to say, in terms of captains, you don't really lose much with Nye Henry on the field. Mm-hmm. So I guess the focus is more on what his contribution on the pitch is, more than his ability to captain. Because, like I said, Nye Henry, with the captain's armband, you can literally hear him bellowing out instructions to his team.
And not only that, too, Eli, he bellows that from the first minute, to concentrate to play is one thing, to captain is another. But to be very vocal within the 90 minutes and give instructions, that's a different skill altogether.
Well, both teams donning two dreadlocked generals in the defense. Govan Xavier, a.k.a. Sebans for Mabouya Valley, and of course Nye Henry for South Castries. And so far we've had a pretty good encounter. South Castries, 1 goal to the good from the boots of Kalis Mondesi. There's a snapshot there on the edge of the box. Blocked.
I don't know for you, Eli, but every now and then I take a glimpse of the outfits. Outfits. Because it lends to the atmosphere of the football as well. Football is a game of atmosphere. It creates the environment.
Some people have outfits and some have infits.
Yeah. But you know what? You have to be outfitted right.
That's right, or you'll be a misfit.
This part and parcel of what we do.
It's just the ambience here at the Philip Mansler grounds. I think after this fixture, I'll take a walk around to have a proper appreciation of the numbers inside of here.
That's right.
It's been growing steadily.
Also to feel the pulse of the fans, just to get their views on thoughts of the league and what we can do to improve. All those thoughts are needed.
The distinct voice of Nye Henry in the back there. Mabouya has sort of gone a little quiet in terms of the talking.
Yeah, they're trying to crawl their way back. Eli.
And a breakaway there for South Castries.
Good marshalling of the defense, getting between the player and the ball. The attacker understanding the chance, the goalkeeper coming off his line as well.
For a while, it looked like the attacker would have had him for pace, but good positioning by the defender.
Yeah.
Of course, we see Coach Ryan Daisy, who is in the national team setup as well. The under-20 national team setup, and quite a few youngsters on display here tonight. Maybe they may be doing a little bit of scouting. Who knows?
So he has his lens on, so he's getting himself extremely close to the action.
Substitution there, Kevon Edward in for Robert Lawrence. A change of striker, or is it going to be a change of striker? We're going to see. It looks like he's up there, Kevon Edward. Number 10 should be Ethan O'Culey and not Elias Henville, as we are seeing on the screen.
Meantime, we see Mabouya Valley with possession in midfield. A lost out on this occasion. Infringement there. That should be a free kick now for Mabouya Valley. Mabouya Valley so in need of a goal right now to keep this game very interesting on their side. Meantime, we see the South Castries team organizing themselves defensively. No end result from this free kick. Good clearance there by South Castries. Trying the best to get those 3 points.
I tell you, I suspect there's some scouting being done at the national and the 20 level. We have a plethora of 16 and 17-year-old players in this fixture. The thing is, by chance, you will see the coaching staff of the national and the 20 team journeying all the way down to the south, and the team is not fixtured to play.
In basketball, there's a journeyman, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's the sort of opportunities that the Semi-Pro Football League offers up.
Yeah,
if you do what you have to do, you get the opportunities.
It's a breeding ground, actually. Should be a nursery where coaches come in and seek players for national team duties, trials, what have you, because of course we have different levels. So clearly he's here to do a job. Meantime, attention is being given to a Mabouya Valley player. Physio, of course, paying full attention. Meantime, also I can see instructions If you look to the far side, Eli, you'll see the technical team of Mabouya Valley trying to pitch some tactics together on what they can do, or what they should do rather, to get past the defense of South Castries. Should we employ a 4-4-2? Should we sacrifice a midfielder? Should we use the flanks? There's so much that they can think of, but are they going to be successful? Or in the execution, it's going to work?
Well, Mabouya right now is going to be one Sandiford shot as Zach Sandiford is helped off the field, not being able to apply any weight as it stands on that right ankle. So expect a substitution to be on deck shortly.
As the clock continues to tick, Eli, we are approaching what, 75 minutes? Can this South Castries hold or fold?
Good ball across there. Nobody there.
Motoring of the flank. Look at the effort put in by South Castries to keep the player at bay. Good recovery. Serban's trying his best. And like I told you, this is what South Castries does. That's almost a 60-yard dash to recover. The defender was able to get the ball, but not making a pass. But he was able to recover, and now they reward themselves with a throw-in. That is the effort South Castries puts in. Good skill there by South Castries again. In possession. Tough luck there. Ball comes in. Still interesting. Goalkeeper picks up. This game is getting very, very feisty to a certain extent, Eli. Here is Julian Alfred's brother. I'm not going to say Chad. Plays into midfield. Chad sort of tried to clear this one, but not being successful. Good possession there by South Castries. Tries to play a through ball. Serban's intercepts. So we see an attack on the left side now for Mabouya Valley. Defender using some good strength. Good passing by South Castries, keeping that ball ticking. Keeper playing his role as a sweeper keeper. Was able to get this ball out of the area. We have a player down for Mabouya Valley. Player down, needing some attention. Seems to be like cramp. Your player, Eli Kian Mondesi, coming in. Substitution for Alton Joseph going out. Free kick to Mabouya Valley. Valley was about to be jubilant. However, flag is raised. Good clearance there by Henry. Mabouya Valley still in possession of the football. Searching pass to the left side. Mabouya Valley trying the utmost best, just losing out to a certain extent. The searching pass. And no, but the South Castries team really showing to be resolute defensively, making it very difficult. There is a counter-attack by South Castries. A little more purchase on that pass would have played in the number 7. The pressure is certainly on South Castries, but they've been able every time to clear their area. And that's a nice mop up there for the goalkeeper. Interesting one there. The wind will. Interesting one there. The goalkeeper penalty now to Mabouya Valley. What was interesting in this one is that the ball was delayed, so not coming on truly to the goalkeeper, and thereby making it a little difficult for him to collect. That's where the wind factor comes in. If you could see that replay when that pass was made, you will see where the wind basically held back that pass, making it more available for the attacker. And the goalkeeper in himself just coming on, trying to see how best he could make himself big, but made contact with the attacker. And now it's a penalty for Mabouya Valley.
Twisting this tie here, and last season or maybe even earlier in the fixture you would have backed. Oh wow.
I remember telling you, Eli, football is a cruel game, and the ball basically went through, so there should be an issue where one of the officials may have to check that net just to ensure that there isn't a hole.
Yeah, it went through
It
the
went
net.
for the back. Yeah, it went for the back of the net. Yeah.
I was just about to make the point that you would have probably backed Bernard Antoine in goal. We've seen him save many a penalty from last season coming into this season, but unfortunately with that collision a little early on,
unfortunately,
he's out of the contest.
Yeah.
So it's one apiece here. South Castries 1, Mabouya Valley 1. That penalty being converted in the 79th minute of play.
So South Castries continue to play and see if they can get some reward.
Despite this being a top of the table versus bottom of the table clash, I think the scoreline is indicative of what we've seen this evening from both teams.
Good clearance there from South Castries. But Eli, this second half, especially within the last 10 to 15 minutes, the pressure certainly has been on South Castries. We see Mabouya Valley mounting raid after raid. So that's what normally happens. Pressure, at some point you will crack.
Offside flag up there. And now we see what we saw after South Castries scored their goal. We see Mabouya Valley looking a little bit more energized, wanting to press on. Just about 9 odd minutes plus stoppage time left for them to make a decisive move and leave their mark on this fixture.
Yeah, but Mabouya Valley certainly have the more possession of the game, of the ball right now. And they're trying to see if they can snatch this one. Again, they've done it before. It's not past them. They have done it before in terms of coming back and winning. So let's see if they still have that impetus to do this in this encounter. Meantime, we have a player who's down, who's back on his feet. See Chad receiving some attention as well. Some cramp. It's a free kick now to South Castries, searching pass upfield.
Foul there.
On your player, you know. Last year's skipper back into the fray, seems to be employed in a more attacking position. And as we say, he's sort of a utility player. He can be employed anywhere. He has good skill, good strength to hold up the football as well. Ball not cleared properly. South Castries awarded a corner. Can they take the lead, Eli, for a good set play? Can Nye Henry get at the end of this one?
Well, I think Mabouya will have a bit of a size advantage. And they will be disappointed if they concede here. Good ball in.
South Castries searching pass.
Did himself over there.
Yeah, a little theatrical, a little drama there.
I believe the number 7 in for South Castries there is Antoine Wilfred, as a matter of fact. Good turn there by...
Oh, good skill. But it's all good interplay.
Sandiford there showing off his...
Very intricate. Rush this one. Fall through. Something which you rarely see in football these days, foul throw. The South Castries, they will rush into this one.
Good marshalling of the football there.
The game is still in the balance, for either team, I think we still have an opportunity to where we can see a goal being scored. It's a goal kick in the meantime, or seems to be a free kick actually. Good defending there by Mabouya Valley. So free kick in. You want your tall regards to make their way forward. For example, Nai, Miguel, all those tall guys, the centre backs could make their way. We have a very interesting free kick there now. Let's see if South Castries can capitalize on this one. Remember, up next, Eli, we have the home team V4 to do battle against Soufrière. Fans are trickling in to support the home team for sure, but it still remains in balance between South Castries and Mabouya Valley, 1-1.
We've just entered the 90th minute of play. Of course, the match official will add on stoppage time at the end. But it's all to play for here at the Philip Masley grounds in this first fixture of the evening between South Castries and Mabouya Valley. South Castries not looking like a team that's at the foot of the table at all.
Yeah, they play for a lot of desire, and they all play for each other as well. No big names to a certain extent, no marquee names. It's totally a team effort when it comes to South Castries. But in terms of possession and pressure, that has been in favor of Mabouya Valley in this second half. And hence why they were rewarded with a penalty. Can they push for a late goal in this one?
And a strike there. Not the best effort on goal. Grasping at that one. Sort of getting into desperation time for both teams. If you want to go home with all 3 points, now is the time to make that push.
Certainly now.
Despite the fact that South Castries is in the cellar position, I don't think they will be satisfied with simply going home with a point. Although coming into the game, they may have accepted a point as a good result.
Yeah, but like when you've scored and you've had a decent outing, you want to get more reward for your playing. But like I said, this game is so cruel at times. You play and you dominate all the stat lines, yet still the stat that really matters is the scoreline.
Another shot there. Nothing doing. We're seeing 3 minutes of added on time. A minute and a half of that have already gone by. So about 90 seconds.
Not much time left. There's a breakaway for Mabouya Valley towards the left side. Mabouya Valley still in possession, beats his man, puts that ball across.
And just a little bit too much on that one.
Just a little too much.
Cleared out by South Castries. And South Castries now on a break. That's a foul there. Surely that will be a yellow card. Yellow card brandished there. Really impeding the player from breaking away.
Goalkeeper quick off his line.
We've played the 3 minutes of stoppage time, so expecting that the final whistle will go at any point in time now.
Subans with a long raking pass. Trying to employ a through ball. Too much on this one. Much too much.
And there goes the final whistle. Honors even. The spoils shared here at the Philip Marsler grounds between South Castries and Mabouya Valley. Mabouya Valley coming into this one as top of the table. South Castries in the cellar position. But you were not to know by the way this game played out. It's South Castries 1, Mabouya Valley 1. Of course, Elijah Williams and Tennyson Glasgow in your company. And we'll be back in just a few with match number 2 on the evening. Soufrière versus the home team, V4 South.
Feel the thunder of the pitch, the roar of the crowd, and witness the rising of our nation. St. Lucia, this is the Semi-Professional Football League Season 2. 2 epic tournaments, 143 electrifying matches, 10 venues, 1 island, 1 heartbeat. From June to December 2025, 20 district football leagues will face off. Every match is a battle, every goal is a statement, and every fan is part of the legacy. Who will rise to victory? Play your schedule and be part of history. Visit semiprofootballleague.com and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube for full match fixtures, live coverage, updates, and behind the scenes access. This is our season where passion lives and purpose leads.
This is a beautiful game and this is what we love.
St. Lucia Semi-Pro Football League.
Leveraging football to transform lives.
In the heart of every community lies a dream waiting to come true as a journey begins. We dribble through life's hurdles, breaking down its barriers, looking beyond the horizon. Lessons are learned, friendships are forged, and strength is birthed from within. Beyond tactics and goals, we strive as a team. With discipline and perseverance, we advance. Through every kick, stumble, and victory, our lives are changing, and together we rise.
It's not just a game. Football is our life.
The St. Lucia Semi-Pro Football League, leveraging football to transform lives.
Years ago, I left St. Lucia to study in Canada. I got married and moved to the US, but I never forgot my roots. So when I decided to invest in the offshore business, it was only natural to have it done in my hometown. To have a successful business, I needed a bank. Who else? My first employer, Bank of St. Lucia. BOSL has been an incredible partner supporting my vision of expansion and diversification in every step of the way. The Elite Builders Capital product has been a game changer for entrepreneurs like me. It helps us achieve the success we've always dreamed of.
My name is Lucia. I come from the community of Monaco. Yes. My role in the after football program is a football coach. I've been doing for a very long time. I'm part of the Monaco football executive. I sometimes do first aid, but the after school program is a wonderful thing, and especially for the kids, right? And I've been doing kids for like almost 20 years. And it's not a difficult thing to do. And if you have patience, you cannot take care of kids. And the best part about it, when the kids come around us, they enjoy what you're doing. And then most of them don't want to leave. We have some challenges, but we try our best to come over it. All right? Another thing we need to see more parents get involved. It's not about just leaving the kids on the footage as, although we are parents also, but our responsibility is to leave them on our country. But we need to.
Hey folks, we're here with Kanye Sandiford, the player from the Mabouya Valley team, just coming off a hard-fought draw. How was it? How was the mood in the camp after that hard-fought battle?
We're very disappointed in ourselves. I feel like we could have done better, but in all game, it's also a disappointing game.
So you think that you guys could have done better to get a better result?
Of course, yes. We won our first two games, and everyone expecting us to come here and win the game. But we didn't capitalize on our chances, and that's the reason why we drew the game.
You put it down to some key players being missed or through the injuries. We had an injury to Prosper early in the encounter, who had scored for you guys in earlier games as well. What do you put it down to?
We're missing our skipper, Lina Senville. He traveled, and Myers went down with an injury. But in all, we have a lot of great players, good players that could have showed themselves in the game. But just a disappointing result.
I wish you guys all the best in your next fixture, and hope you could rise the mood in the camp. Thank you. Okay, folks, we're here with Nye Henry, the skipper of the South Castries team. South Castries, of course, making their way from Tier 2, now in Tier 1. Nye, has it been very difficult? You guys have not really, got the 3 points that you so deserve. I can see the desire in the players. But is it really so difficult in Tier 1?
No, I don't think it's very difficult in Tier 1. Tier 1 is just a sense of pace and speed. Yes, in the Tier 1 has very high, intense players of great quality. I just think that more or less over time to just take your time and relax on the ball more or less. Tier 2 is a more or less all over the place. Tier 1 just more organized, more or less.
I see you very vocal from minute 1 till the 90 minutes. It must be very telling on you to concentrate on what you got to do and also to keep that team organized to a certain extent. I hear you throughout the full 90. Is that part of your role as the leader, as one of the leaders on the team?
Yes, myself as a leader, not as a leader. I think it's just in me. Throughout the years I've been playing football, I've adapted that nature to just assist and speak as I see fit. Me from the back scene all as well. But my players just need to just get that confidence and remind them that we know what we're doing. So me just reminding them each time, each minute in the game to keep up their head, keep that confidence, keep that goodwill, that strength, Just me reminding them that they could do it.
All right, now keep on doing what you're doing. Of course, keep that squad together. It's a young squad, one of the youngest squads in the league. Hope and pray that you guys can get together so you can get a favorable result next time.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Yes, we look forward to it.
Okay, folks, that's a wrap.
Feel the thunder of the pitch, the roar of the crowd, and witness the rising of our nation. St. Lucia, this is the Semi-Professional Football League Season 2. 2 epic tournaments, 143 electrifying matches, 10 venues, 1 island, 1 heartbeat. From June to December 2025, 20 district football leagues will face off. Every match is a battle, every goal is a statement, and every fan is part of the legacy. Who will rise to victory? Play your schedule and be part of history. Visit semiprofootballleague.com and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube for full match fixtures, live coverage, updates, and behind the scenes action.